All right, so taking a look at the week of the 16th through the 22nd, and just taking a look at what the energy is for every day. But I'm also going to start this video off with a card, two cards for the overall theme of this week. So we're just coming off that eclipse portal, and and I'm sure, I don't know, I felt like the energy was a bit different this morning. Um, it's funny, after everything, going through everything um, during that 2 weeks, which I really felt tumultuous and kind of just, not negative, but really getting down on myself. And I know other people were going through really rough transitions. So, um, yeah, this morning when I woke up, it was funny because I kind of all the worrying that I usually do, I kind of stopped. So I don't know if that's, sometimes that is just enough a shift in the energy to make it real for us and make it happen for us. So sorry, I dropped the card on the floor, so I had to go look. Awesome. Okay, the theme for the week. Well, this is pretty renewal. Um, yeah, uh, just time to start. Yeah, coming back to ourselves, renewing our old practices or our new practices, whatever we're heading into. But I just love all the different chakra colors in this, and lots of almost not sacred geometry, but just um, lots of good energy in this card, and a little bit of the heart light coming on. So, yeah, renewing back to, uh, you know, if you've been like me, I've kind of been out of the practice of things, um, and just kind of really immersing myself in 3D world and money and finances and just stress, causing myself lots of worry and stress. And yeah, so it just feels like this week overall is like, let's renew back to our peaceful and energy ways. And then the other card was, yeah, also body and soul. So again, we're still continuing on with this piece around um, about being in the body, treating our body better. Um, it is a root chakra card, so being grounded and being um, everything that I'm watching or seeing, there's this real push on for us to make sure we're taking the best care of ourselves in all aspects, like we talked about that last night in holding space, because I think as this energy increases, we just have to be ready to be the container for that. And if our container is all dirty with stuff and us holding on to all, bad habits and, we're all, I'm definitely not a saint in any stretch of the imagination. And yeah, and that's the big thing I've been really getting hammered on over this last 2 weeks is just take better care of myself and drop these bad habits. I've got some bad habits. We don't need to just go into big detail about them, but we all have it, whatever those are. And yeah, so I mean, I don't think anything's going to immediately happen this very week, but we're getting this push to like start taking care of ourselves and start cleaning up the container, because you will only be able to hold this energy and light coming in if you're at your optimal kind of health and well-being. It's, it's it's just time now, and we need to start prepping for that. And I think that's probably going to be really apparent to us, uh, well, probably closer to solstice. So that's realistically only 6 weeks away. So it's just, yeah, really keeping ourselves in good alignment. That's in all respects, and like mentally, spiritually, physically, uh, everything as best as we can, trying not to, you know, hang out in those lower frequencies I mean, we're still human and we're still going to do it. So, but just maybe not hang out there so long. And then, cleanse for 2 days and try to keep yourself in balance as much as possible. Okay, so that was just like the overall reading for the week, the kind of energy we're heading into. And then we'll get into the days. Hang on. Okay, let's take a look at Monday today when I'm recording this. I got 4 cards that I was told to do. They're kind of varied and all over the place, so we'll see what we get. Yeah. Just gonna hold them all here and then we'll into the week. This one. So it should be an interesting week. Oops, I got 2 there. Okay. So our first one is a perfect harmony, in perfect harmony. It's a sacral chakra card. So dealing with creativity and the balance of masculine and feminine energy. But I think in this case for today, it's talking about us. Yeah, it's interesting because the Fool also came up. So new beginnings. So I think this is just like kind of keying us on for Monday to take a look at the things that we would like to start. Really starting to put our dreams into play, however that may show up for you. So some, everything's like harmoniously working in our favor, creativity wise. So let's take a look at, starting to whether, it doesn't have to be a musical, but writing out your dreams. Like, what do you want to see and where are we going and what is all, this, energy? How do we use this now in the new way? Yeah. And the other card is the Dream Walker, dreams, the collective good, and illusions. So, yeah, what are we projecting out there that are illusions that never go anywhere? Again, intentions, they're only good as long as we start putting action behind them. So, I think Monday we're just being asked to like really start to formalize our dream and to kind of get moving a little bit um, now that it's been this intense time and we're working to better ourselves, and that just might mean not what your plan for like the deep future is, but like what's your plan right now to keep yourself in the best vibration possible. And that just it might be starting a yoga class or starting a new creative project for yourself. Yeah, definitely we're getting pushed to like really look at our dreams, put things together, and then the last card is take inspired action. So putting all of those elements into play by looking at our dreams. What do we want to do? This is where we start to make the actual push to make these things actually happen. So it's not just about dreaming about it and intending about it, but then like what are we going to do to keep this momentum going? So we've got to take some action. So that's kind of a good thing to plan out too, is how are you going to practically put this into action? And yeah, it's still coming up with the same theme of the week, which is this is more about how are you going to better care for yourself? Um, are you going to start, the yoga class, or are you going to go on a clean eating spree? um, and what other things can you do to just raise your vibration? So Monday's kind of looking like a bit of a planning day, and coming up with practical ways that you can put this action into your life moving through the rest of this week. Actually, I have a feeling this whole week's going to be just about the baby steps to get us into a better vibration. So, yeah, just really considering what needs to happen for you to make those changes in your life. Okay, let's have a look at Tuesday. So again, I'll just deal these cards and then we'll look at what we're doing. And yeah, hopefully this week is easy, a little bit easier on us. I don't know if you guys had the same kind of stuff that I did, but definitely, yeah, it wasn't like overly shake up and but it really did just keep highlighting for me that I needed to, you know, get my poop in a group. Okay, Tuesday, we've got the storyteller. And I think what this card is, again, it's books and planning and writing. This is about writing your life. It's solar plexus, so that's our ego and things like that, but it's also our will, power, and our ability to live this life. So I think this is just telling us, like, you know, things are changing, and we need to come up with a practical plan. Storytelling, though, is a little different, right? It tends to be more, that's kind of the manifestation work, right? What do we want to see? Like, where are we headed? So, what is your story? Like, where do you want to end up as these energies shift and change? And it might just be that we practically need to write this stuff down. The next card is the River Queen, which is flow, letting go, and natural movement. So I think, again, that's just getting in the flow. Again, us letting go of those things that keep tripping us up. Hopefully, with that eclipse energy, we were able to clear most of that. And natural movement, that's a good one. I think that's also that keying us up to this body stuff of like, start doing something to get your body moving. So swimming, walking, just, nothing like, don't go hardcore and, do all these crazy workouts and stuff. This is like, yeah, our natural movement, right? Sport isn't really a natural movement for us. Running could be considered, I guess, but I would just start out slow and do something nice and easy, even if you're just, putting on some nice soft music and dancing in your space by yourself and just letting your body actually move in whichever way it needs to. We're just starting to stoke this stuff up, body, mind, and soul. But we do need a practical plan. So we're not just kind of winging it anymore. We got to have some, like, we got to take a look at what we want to bringing in. We got two of these cards. So possibilities is the first one. Yeah, I just always look at this as like the eagle eye view. So sometimes it might just mean pull back on your life and take a look and see where you want to go. This, I always say, it's over the hills and the mountains, right? And it's like there's an adventure to be had. Um, but you want to know where you're going. Like you want to plan that trip out. The eagle is like up there, looking down, like it knows exactly where it needs to be. And so, take that time to kind of look at it from the outside. Um, and then guidance. So this could be one of two. It's either asking your guides and angels for more help in developing and understanding where you want to go, and then making that a reality. But also, I think this could be outside guidance too. So if you are finding you're really struggling with coming up with a plan or taking care of yourself, we might just need to look at like talking to somebody. Yeah, I did that this week. It really helped put me in a better place. I talked to an astrologer and a friend and a counselor, and yeah, we kind of just put things in a better perspective. So sometimes we just need that little extra understanding to put us back in the flow of things. So, and this card is attend to the details. Yeah, Virgos, they love those details. Um, yeah, and it's really cool. Sometimes in these cards there's people, but this one is like there's no one there. There's no specific chakra sign, but it's like this faraway, distant land. I don't even know if that's India or Angkor Wat, or it could be. Anyway, so um, it just means whatever your practical plan is, whatever you're looking at doing is starting to attend to those details. Like, you can say you're going to take yoga, but if you don't look up a yoga class and find something that resonates with you, it's probably not going to be like super helpful to you. So it's just putting all the things actually on paper and in place. So that's Tuesday. All right, let's have a look at Wednesday. Yeah, we're definitely getting interesting things this week to keep us on track. I don't know about you. I have felt off track. So maybe I'm just reading these cards for myself and you guys feel totally different. You can always drop a comment down in the section here and let me know what you think. Yeah. Oops, two again. Those Osho cards are liking the twos today. Oh, two there. Okay. So we had a repeat of the week card on Wednesday, body and soul. Just kind of getting back to us again to really, be paying attention to our health and wellness. I feel like today, this one is definitely going to be sort of more on Wednesday for this card. We're dealing more with that mental health aspect or our spiritual health. And just really being drawn to the lotus flower and that it is in bloom. And so the full lotus in bloom is the awakening, right? Lots of angelic help, the dragonfly. Um, so yeah, again, just really coming down into the body, making sure you're also like connected. Just looking at the other cards that are coming up, it's also Wednesday is more the spiritual aspect of our development. Yeah. So the Eagle King, which is that's twice for the eagle thing. The big picture again, looking at the big picture and angelic help. So again, if you're really struggling this week, um, like on that spiritual mental plane about where you're going and what you're doing, calling your guides and calling the angels. And yeah, again, with that eagle reference, it's if you're able to pull back far enough that you are able to see the bigger picture. So in some respect, we need to just kind of like step back a bit, which is funny because the next card is fighting. I never look at this card as like actual war or fighting. This is purely us fighting ourselves, standing in our own way, um, creating a suit of armor when we really don't need one on. We're not in danger. Um, it's just, yeah, it's really just us fighting our ego and ourself. And the reason it's coming up like this is because, well, it came up with the second card, which is completion. Um, and again, it's the Buddha, the last puzzle piece going in. So it's kind of just saying like, you do have this power uh, to reach your completion stage. So just, get out of your own way. Stop fighting yourself and stop um, as much as you can. You don't need this suit of armor on. You're doing everything you're supposed to be doing, and you're almost there. You're the last piece. You can tell it's ready. It's the last piece, and it's ready to go in. Like there's nothing stopping us. It's not like we lost a piece or it's the wrong piece. It's we've done all the work. It's time to get into the flow and start making things happen. Yeah. And then we drew two moon cards. Focus on the positive. So again, as soon as you start going into that negative uh, version of yourself where you fight everything, um, just start focusing on what's working and what's positive. And then the new moon and Aries card came up, which is go for it. So again, it's just this like little push for us. Like we've done all of the things we've needed to do, even if it's not what we're feeling. Um, and in order to get to this new space and feel like, complete, I know we're never really fully complete, but anyway, um, we gotta get out of our own way. We're really like locking ourselves up, uh, and there's no reason for it. So again, call in your angels. Still be focused on body and spirit and mind and getting those in the best and highest vibration possible. So now you've had 2 days of planning. This seems like a day where we're just kind of integrating it a bit and then seeing where those little things are tripping us up that are not allowing us to let this manifest. So that's on hump day on Wednesday. So let's see what the rest of the week brings. I have a feeling it's just going to transition us. That's going to be that Wednesday transition kind of day. Um, but just basically know that it's meant to happen. It's time for us to get going. Keep focusing on the positive, and we will come out the other side. All right, let's take a look at Thursday. And it's tough because it's like we're still getting, a lot of the cards are like making us work. But it's kind of funny though too. Like we don't just get to hang around and it's just going to show up. It doesn't quite work. Sometimes it does, not all the time though. Okay. Oh, interesting. Oh, okay. I've never had this card. The second card that I just see now. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This is really interesting. Like I said, Wednesday was kind of that like integration day and like a little bit of getting rid of still some of that stuff that's hanging us up. Thursday is all about it's time to like become that divine true self. So the first card is Wish Upon a Star. That earnest, lovely. This is not. You'd think this the way she's holding her heart and making her wish is that that'd be a heart chakra card, but it's actually a crown chakra. So this is completely tuning into the spiritual side of us. Um, yeah, make a wish. Again, now that you've spent the last couple days really looking at what you do want, um, it's time to put that little wish out there so that the universe can assist us in traveling there. Now, this is the card I've never had out of this deck. I didn't even know it was in here. The Lady of Lightning. Surprises, sometimes shock, but total paradigm shift. Whatever you're trying to like energetically create for yourself, it's it's coming. Thursday is all about now sometimes shock that like I know people be like, that's really scary. I don't think it's that. Like I feel like it's like something so good is coming in that it's shocking. It's in the completely positive way. It's not in a negative way where it's like the rug's about to be pulled out from under you. Um, unless if you feel like if something like that does happen on Thursday, try to again pull back and step back and see where maybe there's some gift in it. Yeah. Anyway, so surprises aren't always, they're usually pretty good for the most part. But the total paradigm shift is like this is happening. So if you really want to be sort of, I don't like to use the word in control of it because we're not fully in control ever, right? But if we want to like manage how it like affects us and comes in, we do have to put it out there. We also got the guidance card again. So this is again, bring in that angelic help. Know that the universe has your back. And again, it could just be like seeking out practitioners to help you with this. There might be like, you might come across a course or something about manifestation or um, integrating energy or something like that. So yeah, so Thursday looks like something big is happening. Can't wait to see what that is. It's all positive though. None of these cards I'm not like, it's like all positive, you know. The next one is attuned to the divine. So again, we're able to tap into that higher energy and this new paradigm shift. So take advantage of that. And it might feel like a little wonky at first, but you'll get in there. And yeah. And the last card is trust that all will be well. So it's okay to like that, even like I said, even if it's like not such a positive change or surprise that comes in. And there's something about it that is getting us to the positive. So I don't really feel like that though. I really feel like it's a super positive change coming in, and shift in the whole way we're doing things. So that's Thursday. Can't wait to see how that one plays out. But like we said, trust it will all be well. It is all fine. Okay, let's take a look at Friday here. Um, I didn't even check this week if there was any major sort of happenings. We're still in Mercury retrograde, but I think the way that's affecting things this time is about, um, again, re looking at things. Um, yeah, and other than that, interesting. Oops. Oh my gosh, so weird. Okay, I was not sure how to read this, but we're gonna just do it. So the first card is Call of the Muse. Um, it's a throat chakra card, so speaking our truth and authentically living our lives the way we want to live them, right? That's really what speaking your truth is about. It's not like going and preaching your truth to others. Um, it's just being able to genuinely say things like, hey, this is me, this is what I believe, and I want to live my life this way. But because you've got the call of the muse in there and the dancer, um, that's really kind of like stepping again more into that creative space. And what dance are you creating, and who are you, and also just letting yourself be free to create, and come up with new ideas. So I feel like whatever's happened in the early part of the week, now we're just, you know, we're taking some more steps to create again, um, and our new way of doing things. We also got the Shadow Queen, which is acquiring knowledge, insecurity, and manipulation. I think honestly, this is just completely the first word, which is acquiring knowledge. So again, um, maybe it's just a matter of us going again and it's almost like, yeah, taking classes or getting together in like-minded groups, to start, if this new paradigm sort of energy is coming in, and we know what we want to see, but it's like, how do then we continue to put that in action so that it keeps manifesting? So this might just be a call to like do some brainstorming with someone else, um, of that kind of thing, and looking at like acquiring more knowledge. So this might mean, seeking out another teacher, taking a class, just really, or doing some just flat out research, on what's just happened in this week. So now this is what I was laughing at, because the first card we got was control. Um, it's funny. I think in the Osho definition of this card, it's like we don't want to be um, this rigid guy. We're not trying to control the situation. We need to be in a better space of not being in like thinking again. Control's an illusion, right? So it's a matter of like maybe that's where that other card, like the insecurity and manipulation just meaning trying to manipulate the energy so it's the way you want it. you know, Thinking I'm in control and I can do this how I want to do it. And it's like, well, maybe try to look at another way of doing things. Um, yeah, that's a little more inspired and a little more energetic and inviting in those energies, and not being so rigid. And I know you're probably still wondering, like, why was she still laughing at the card? Because then the last card we drew is release control. So do this. Stop doing this. Stop doing this. Stop trying to control everything and put it in like this card is like it's all rigid. It's like it's almost like sacred geometry, but it's rigid and it's like I will do it my way. Uh Stop it. Just stop it. Well, that's a good message for Friday. Just stop it. Stop trying to be in control. Stop trying to control everything. I always love the person in this too because I don't know my yoga poses. Not really sure what that one is. But to me, it's just being in prayer and devotion and giving it up to God. Or the universe, if you don't like the word God, give it up to the universe. Like say, okay, I've done all I can to, stop trying to manipulate the situation. Um, Bring in this more energy of free flow dance. Like, even if you don't dance, um, there's a way to make this energy possible in your life. It's going with the flow, right? Allowing things to happen and see where they go, um, instead of trying to take control all the time. Let's just release that's the dog sneezing. His little head. He's trying to eat my food. um, I'm trying to figure out too if this is like, I think it's solar plexus. Yeah, it is. It's a solar plexus card. So, I mean, again, that's our willpower and our ego center. And so it's just, on Friday, some of that crap might come up again for review. I would say don't give it up and like really try to like stop trying to control and manipulate the outcome of everything and just call in a muse, call in a friend to like find ways to move into look at how bright and flowy and just like natural that energy feels. Whereas it's instead of this rigid, like stern, it's not serving us anymore. So it looks like that's gonna pop back up on Friday. After you've done this great week of work and integration, might have a little slip back on Friday, but don't panic and really, surrender. I surrender to the universe. I surrender to the will of the universe. Thy will be done. It's, it sounds like trite and it's like, can I just do that? But uh, the universe works in mysterious ways. And when you do that, things seem to flow a bit better and come to you a little easier. So that's Friday. Okay, and let's take a look at Saturday. I'll just drop the whole thing on the floor. What is going on there? Okay. Oops. Created no space for me. Hmm. Yeah, we're still doing a lot of self work this week, it looks like. We still keep standing in our own way. I'm not sure why we do that, but we do that. And we go back and forth a lot. And everything's fine. And one day we're all gung ho. And then the next day we're pooping on ourselves. We're funny little beings, aren't we? Oh, these cards are just nothing. Okay. Okay, so the first card for Saturday is Close Encounters. So, how I always interpret this card is um, it's the butterflies in a cage, but really, it it's not trapped in there. It could get out. And I think we're always like kind of looking out at the world and saying, oh, everything's so better out there, and I can't get there, and I'm trapped and I'm stuck. Um, and so the divine is coming in for us really strongly and really wants to connect with us, but we're just not, we're not allowing that to happen. And so it's just like we've got to uncage ourselves, step out of the cage. Yeah, and the next card is just confirms it. The Hawk Prince is spirit communication and paying attention, number 11. Love the number. So yeah, this is the big thing is spirit is trying to get a hold of us. They're just outside that cage, but the thing is that we think we're stuck in this cage forever, and we are not. So it's just finding ways to open to the divine more and connect with the divine. So, um, I mean, honestly, the previous ways of us doing this have always been meditation, meditation, meditation. So if that's working for you, but if you don't find that's working for you, it just might, go out in nature. But when I say go out in nature, I'm not just like go for a walk and see what you see. Like it's paying more attention than that. It's paying deeper, just deeper attention that needs to be paid. So it's almost like you go out in nature, but you need to sit down in nature and become part of it and observe it as it transforms and lives around you. So the next card we got is suppression, which is actually funny because this, in my opinion, exact same card, just different artwork. The only person keeping you trapped in this little knotted up hellhole is yourself. Because honestly, if you just looked up, there's a sky and clouds, and it's open. You can just crawl right out. You're not stuck there. You're not stuck in this, and even if he's wrapped in ropes, but like, honestly, they're not like tied in knots and tied to the ground. The only person keeping us in this energy is ourselves. And we are completely capable of connecting with the divine. It's just that, and the things that we've learned from earlier this week in the week is we have to have a practical plan for that too. We can't just, write down what we want and then do nothing to connect, right? It's spending those quiet moments connecting, whether that's in nature or in meditation or yeah, it's different for everybody. So it definitely, but that's, the other things looking back at the cards in the week is maybe you do need guidance. So that's the other thing is maybe your connection to the divine means that you really need to see a practitioner, that whether that's doing past life work or journeying to your totem animals or like something like that, starting to like open those channels so you do have a closer connection, and you might need someone to help you with that. It might not be something you can create on your own. So again, we got two cards for these. Lighten Up is the first one. Yeah, she's bathing in water and like just bringing in this amazing light out of nowhere into her hand. So I'm getting like a double message with this. It's like, again, you have the power to do this stuff. Um, Stop overthinking it and stop suppressing yourself with the negative thought patterns of, I'm not good enough, I can't do this, this is for other people to do. Again, we had cards for Friday about maybe taking a class or something like that. Everybody has the ability to do this. Everybody definitely has the ability to connect to the divine because we are the divine. We're just living out a human experience right now. So the other card we got was Go For It. Again, from the Aries new moon. It's just like, I know this seems like so far out of our comfort zone. It's not our norm. Um, but they're just really encouraging us. It's like it's time to get going on this, and this is purely a spiritual path. This isn't about what career you're going to do next, or any of those things. This is purely like it's time to connect with the divine and open up to these amazing gifts that we all have. So spirit's trying to talk to you, but answer the phone. And finally, let's take a look at Sunday. Um, as always, we'll do some more cards Sunday night for Holding Space Sunday. I'm not really sure what we're doing that night. Just as far as I know, there's from now until solstice, there's no major, well, I'm sure there's lots of planetary stuff going on. But yeah, okay. This dog, he just wants a french fries. He told me he just wants to eat them. He doesn't really care about being here. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. I feel like saying more, but it's not telling me where they are. Okay. 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 It's kind of a mixed bag again, but not really. Okay. So we have this again. These lion cards keep coming up, so it's just starting again, like heading into this energy of, of awakening that powerful, courageous part of ourselves. It's interesting though too because it's like I don't want to just say it's about those words that we often associate the lion with, but this is about really stepping into our own and being a leader and being a um, just having that energetic side of us that is strong, steady, and true, right? So it's just like keep stoking that energy up with, especially with the lion, because again, as we head towards Lionsgate, which is the 8th of August, so the 8-8 portal is what they call it. And like I said, usually this time of year, this energy starts building and it builds all the way through solstice and then the Lionsgate like a couple weeks later. So make sure you're, just starting to tune into that courageous, steady, and strong side of yourself, which is great because the other thing we got is the Phoenix. So resurrection and surrendering to change. That's kind of been the theme of this week too, is to get into the flow of things. We have to allow these changes to happen and not try to control and manipulate. So just know that like we're being reborn. We're stoking up new energy and we're really coming into it. It's just a process. And it's funny because this next card is this, and I know it's sorrow and it looks really bad, but this is the story of, well, I always say his name right, Gautama Buddha. So he's the Buddha, like close, well, they call brother, but I don't know if they were actually like sibling brothers or just part of the brotherhood of, of that. But they were, anyway, the story goes with this card that I know this card very much is that he's in sorrow because he's done all the same things that the Buddha did, but the Buddha just enlightened. And he is now in this position of, I've done all the same things. Like, why am I not? Why am I not going anywhere? So this card is the moment of his dark night of the soul. And then the nice part about the story is back to this. The next day he enlightens or he ascends. Um, we're not always on the same trajectory in time as everybody else. And it's like, it's a card, a little bit of card about comparison, because it's like, oh, everybody else is sending and I'm not. And feeling sorry for ourselves. And sometimes we do have to hit that rock bottom, dark night of the soul. But just know, yes, you've done all the same work and your time is coming. So this looks on paper like a sad card, but it's just the reminder that don't worry about it. You've already done, it's that completion card too. It's like, we've already done the work. It's almost ready. Don't give up now. Just keep persevering, and it's coming for us. We also got the participation card with that, and that's fully about doing the work and participating in it. And you know, if you don't participate, we don't get anywhere. You know, we have to like you have to like you know, in a race you don't win a race if you don't get off the starting blocks. You don't even get a participation ribbon if you just stand there. You didn't participate. So you gotta be doing a little bit of the work. And just honestly, guys, just know this power and this energy is coming, and it may not feel like it right away. There's the phoenix rising through the ashes. It's like, just give it a little bit more time. Your time is like split second away. We also got embrace the flow of life. That speaks for itself. And then breathe through the tension. So, you know, again, it's just pointing out to us that we're not quite there, and we're gonna have that slip up moment where we're like, okay, this isn't working. But they're really just saying, don't give up. Whatever you do at this moment, you're on the precipice of really having a true spiritual awakening. We all are. So yeah, don't give up. Okay, I'm gonna do uh obviously we'll do more cards on Sunday to see how the rest of the week plays out. Kind of excited to see how Thursday plays out. That was a heavy hitter of big shift. So we'll see. As always, you know, take care of yourselves. You know, do what you can to keep that vibration high. Don't give up. I'm just going to do a couple cards now to sum up the whole week. Before I decided to do this, this one popped out. So a balance, right? It's a balancing act. It's, you know, it's definitely two worlds and two different things, and it's just creating those moments in your life where you're able to be in both worlds and not, you know, like stressing about either one. So just trying to find more balance. Again, that's goes back to the body, mind, and soul. Efficiency is the other card we got. It's just, again, it's efficient use of your energy. You know, trying not to like worry it away or over concern yourself. Like, just finding efficient ways to, you know, maintain and manage your energy. Not control, manage. Let's do one more. No. Okay. Context. So this card for me is always, even though there's more reds and those sorts of colors, which are more root chakra, really the dragonfly is at her throat chakra. So again, it's just being mindful of the words we're saying to ourselves, how we're presenting ourselves to others, the context of things, like how do we want to present ourselves to others. So again, that might be another place of formulating what that looks like for you on paper or things like that. So yeah, the end of the week is just, it's honestly, it's just a recap of everything. It's like, try to keep everything in balance. Be careful the words you're speaking and saying, especially to yourself, and then finding more efficient ways to manage your energy. So not putting it all into one positive or negative, but kind of, again, the balance, staying on both sides. Like, we're still human. We're still going to have these negative moments. We're still going to have these negative habits and patterns and thought forms. But at the same time, we want to be dreaming to change that and do all that. But we don't want to be completely on one side or the other. It's like it's dabbling in both. Uh, and who knows, you might need to have that dark night of the soul this week, and but realize on the other side of it is enlightenment. So what I've got for this week. So we'll see you Sunday for Holding Space Sunday. And again, as always, if you ever have any questions or concerns or you need some help or some Reiki, please don't hesitate to get a hold of me. And yeah, we'll see you all very soon for Sunday night holding space. Bye. Love you guys.